All right, so we're here under the light, and we're all mates. And today, welcome to my series, Customer Service Saturdays. Yeah, so we're gonna talk customer service, because too often the customer service in the establishments here is very dissatisfying. Had a recent episode of that on yesterday, so I decided that I'm going to be doing this so that we can each learn from the situations and in an effort to make changes, so supervisors, managers, team members and such can learn a thing or two. Because one of the things, when you go into a business place, you want to know that you go into a friendly and welcoming establishment. The staff is friendly, the environment, the ambience, the look at the place, the feel. You go into some places and the energy just not right. Feel like, oh, I don't like how this me feel when I walk in. You want to get that feeling, that welcoming feeling, So staff should greet customers warmly and be approachable. Yeah? That's a part of good customer service. With good customer service, we want to have efficient services. And that is what I come about this evening. Because my experience on yesterday was very dissatisfying. The fact that I placed an order online, and then when you went in, you were given a time frame to say, okay, your order will be ready by say 4:28. I got there at 4:15, 11 minutes past 5, still did not receive my order. And persons were, complaining amongst themselves, and the server was just lazily dragging the feet, but we would have said pussyfooting around, as if with no care, with no enthusiasm, with no eagerness to, get persons out. And if I'm in a food establishment and I see the place pack up, boy, my main thing is to, boy, get the orders out, get people out, because I know it can be frustrating for persons to come and stand and wait for hours, especially when you've already placed your order online, and oftentimes you place the order like 20 minutes before you get there, so there's adequate time for them to get your order together. So when you get there, the minimum wait time should be no more than say 15 minutes max, in my opinion. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm talking about the full cook, by the way. So after being there from 4:15 with an order that I should get, that they gave me a estimated time of 4:28. I got there 4:15. A lot of persons were before me, like 3 or 4 persons were ahead of me. So you give and take. 11 minutes past 5, I still didn't get my order. So I proceeded to ask to speak with the manager. The young lady serving the drinks is like, she just callously, as if you don't know who's your manager on duty. And she tried to get somebody. I have to ask the question again. I said, is somebody gonna come and see me? Is the manager coming? She said yes. I waited for a while, still didn't get anybody. So after which, I proceeded to go and speak with the securities to ask who is the manager on duty. So the security was like, what happened? Is it something with your order? I said yes. So he was beckoning to me to go over to the booth where he probably could talk to someone and I get my order. But despite me wanting to get the order, I wanted to make reference to the overall service, because I think it was something that needed to be addressed. because I am big on customer service, and I have observed this particular location times and times again, and I've realized that it's more like I don't care kind of attitude when you go in there. If you're asking questions, it's as if, boy, you know, you're not supposed to ask a question, just wait and get your order and be going. Yeah, so I believe that should not be happening, right? Now, after waiting for a while, I saw the manager. I heard someone saying, "Oh, it's the lady here who wanted to speak with the manager." And the manager was like, "But I come out here and I was asking and I didn't hear anybody." And I'm like, this now set me somewhere again, because I'm saying in my mind, if this is the manager and this is the kind of attitude, you know, the kind of hostility that she's displaying, I think if someone wants to see the manager, 9 chances out of 10 it's going to be regarding an order or the service or something job related. So, you know, coming out saying, "Oh, I've been calling and whatever, I didn't see anybody," you know, it was like I wasn't expecting much. But anyways, you know, she was like, "Is it something to do with the order?" And I'm like, "Yes." So now she's expecting me to be shouting across the counter to let her know what's happening. I said, it's something to do with the overall service. I said, "Can we speak, you know, at the end?" So I beckoned for her to come down to the end of the table by the door, and she came, and, you know, I addressed the issue. I said I am not satisfied with the service. I explained to her the time that I've been there, the time that was on, that I was told that I would be able to pick up my order and stuff like that. And she was like, "Yeah, sure." And she was making me feel like I'm crazy. Like, she's saying, "Oh, did you do the process? Did you sign already?" Because if you're familiar with the Folcub and you place an order online, you know, when you go into the Folcub, you have to present the order and you have to present your ID and the card that you used to place the order, and you also have to sign the receipt, and then they will go and pack the order for you, or sometimes it will be packed already and they just bring it around. So I'm saying to her, my order is around there, and she's like, "Oh, I had to ask because I said, "Yes, it's been a while." And she's gonna say to me, "Oh, you didn't ask?" And I'm like, how am I supposed to ask? And I'm there giving them ample time to get it together. The reason I am coming to you now is because I think I've waited too long. You know, this is more than half an hour, almost 45 minutes that I've been waiting. So she went and she said, "Oh, I spoke with her and she's gonna pack it for you." That's where I think she went wrong for me, because and it was several of us who were having the same issue. 3 other persons were waiting. Persons who I met there before me were complaining that they were there for an hour waiting. One man was there from 4 and he didn't get his order until 5 o'clock, and he had placed the order prior to coming there for 4 o'clock. And even with her saying, you know, the young lady is going to put it together, she's still 15 minutes later, I still didn't receive my order. There's a young man who came on and he was just rapido getting persons out who came after me because he was being efficient. So I turned to him and I was like, you know, "Can you check on our orders?" And he was like, "Oh, yeah, you know, I wanted to, I don't know who was dealing with your order." And he checked. He came with the order. I am happy that he brought the order. But when the order came, one of the order was cold. And I upgraded, there was an upgrade on the fry. It was regular fries. So now I have to wait on them to get me the upgraded fries. I have to wait on them to present me with one of the orders that needed to be hot. So I am saying, in a case like this, as a manager or a supervisor, what she should have done is go and assist with the orders, help to get the orders out, because evidently there's an issue. So help the young lady who seems to be fairly new to me. So I felt like, you know, she's new and she wasn't putting out that extra effort, or she just couldn't go any faster, I don't know. So she didn't help her and the young man had to go and get the order. So I felt like the issue was not resolved, even though I spoke with a manager, because I did not come out of the establishment until about 5:35, and I've been there from 4:15. So that's quite a long time for an order that you place ahead of time before going to the location. So I feel like customer service training is really important. Orders should be taken and fulfilled accurately and promptly. And customers like when they can come in, pick up and go. That's the reason why you place the order online in the first place, because you're trying to stay away from that long, lengthy wait time. And the staff need to check the customer's order and ensure that the needs are met. Ensure that if you say, boy, is a pound of nail you want, you get a pound of nail, and you confirm with your customer, okay, you ordered a pound of nail and you order a length of steel. Okay. Sometimes you get the order, in the phone cube, and you're trying to check it, and they're trying to rush you away from the serving counter, as if you're not entitled to check to ensure that you're getting what you really ordered. Because oftentimes I order when you reach home, I get the corn, I get this, I get the other, and who you're gonna complain to? You may live out of the town where the establishment is. You're not gonna drive back 10-15 minutes to go say, oh, I didn't get a corn, or I didn't get a biscuit, or so they have to make sure that they're checking the orders and allow you to check the orders. And they have the securities there sometimes telling you you can't open the bags. Can you believe that? Security is going to tell you cannot open the bag to ensure that what you order is what you are actually getting. And I have a problem with that. So they don't understand that people working hard, coming to spend with you in any establishment, whether it's food, clothing, whatever it is, we work hard. So when we come to patronize your business, give us the best customer service there is. And a lot of people don't understand that when you give good customer service, this enables you to get more revenue, because what? Good news sells. When that good news passes along, a person said, boy, I recommend you go to establishment 1 because the service there is immaculate. Oh, and they will remember names. Oh, Lady V was good. You can go check her. You won't regret it. That kind of thing. You want to be in the business of making recommendations. You help persons because there's a need and you're fulfilling that need. You're solving the problems of the customers. You shouldn't be creating problems for your customers. So I have a really big issue with this. So, as I go along, I will be sharing good reviews and bad reviews. You can look out for me here on this channel. I will try to do it every Saturday where I can share with you, where I had a good experience, where I had a bad experience, because we have to help each other. Each one teach one, right? And we need attentive services. So the staff should check with the customers, ensuring that their needs are met, and orders should be prepared correctly. Nothing is wrong to prepare the order correctly and ensure that, try to put yourself in the customer's shoe to say, hey, if I were the one placing this order, I want to ensure that everything, recheck the order, double check the order. And if there's an issue, address it with a smile, apologize, I'm sorry. Oh, that was an error on my part. I'll be more than happy to make the changes for you. You understand? So I am here to say customer service is important, and we have to do it. We have to get it right. Okay? So check me out for more reviews and more tips as I go along. Yeah? So just remember, so what I'm gonna leave with us today is speed and efficiency. Customers want their food quickly, especially in a fast food setting. Yeah? And we need to pay attention to details. Customers appreciate when their orders are prepared correctly and they also want to meet friendly and courteous servers. Customers value a positive and welcoming experience. All right, so join me again on next Saturday for more customer service Saturday.